Hello and welcome to Korea and the southern city of Gwangju. It's been 15 years since a World Cup has been held in this archery stronghold. Welcome to stage 2 of the Hyundai Archery World Cup of 2022. We're here at Gwangju Women's University on Compound Saturday, and in this session we'll be focused on the individual semi-finals and finals in the women's and men's compound competitions.
Spain, Mexico, Gwangju.
As you can see, blue skies, a few fluffy white clouds, but it's been playing its part over this tournament.
First up today will be the compound women's first semi-final match.
Has been fluctuating. We are down to the final 4 in both the men's and the women's competition. We'll start this session with the women's. Let's meet the final 4.
Dafne Quintero, Mexico.
Ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome the coaches and judges to the field of play for
Andrea
our
Muñoz,
semi-final
España.
compound women's individual round.
김윤희, Korea.
Giselle Atma, Estonia.
Well, we're down to the final 4. It's a mixed bag. We can see the routes through to the semi-final. Yatma takes on Munoz. Quintero takes on
please
Kim.
welcome the athletes to the field of play for the semi-final.
Just like that, we are ready for semi-final number 1 here in Gwangju. We will see Giselle Yatma of Estonia taking on Andrea Munoz.
Shooting on target number 1, representing Estonia. Please welcome Giselle Yatma. Shooting on target number 2, representing Spain. Please welcome Andrea Muñoz. Our World Archery line judge for this match is Christina Rittmeyer. 15 arrows will decide who will move on.
Well, we're straight into the final 4. I'm Karen Bashir. Joining me, as always, former world number 1, Nikki Hunt. Nikki, simple question. Who's the favourite in this particular semi-final?
I think Yatma probably the favourite coming here with that bronze in Antalya. Let's see if she can do better this time.
They already picked up a medal in Antalya. Ella Gibson of Great Britain won that competition, booked her place in the Hyundai Archery World Cup finals, the season finale. The winner here will do the same thing. They've got to get through semi-final first, and it will be Giselle Yatma of Estonia to get this semi-final underway.
9 to start. 9.
Both starting off with 9s. Yatma with a bit more experience, just 22 years old though.
Nine.
I think we're seeing the wind just creep into the venue again. It's going to have an impact on these archers this afternoon.
9. Tied score. 9.
Cumulative score in compound archery. Just builds through 5 ends.
And a 9. Tied score with 27 points each.
So 27 apiece. You have to say though, the grouping of Munoz is just a little bit better.
It is, yeah, and I thought her form was just a little bit more consistent through the end as well. Yatma just looked a little uneasy with some of those shots breaking, the wind just coming in on that second arrow for her and unsettling her a little bit.
And this is a debut event, isn't it, for Munoz?
Yeah, I believe so. The first senior season at least. She did attend Antalya, 17th there, but first senior season on the circuit.
First appearance in the Final Four. Looking very solid indeed.
And they are now officially on the board, 27 points each.
Estonia has a couple of bronze medals on the World Cup circuit. Individual bronze from Antalya, as well as a team bronze.
And number 2 of 5, each archer with 12 arrows remaining.
And it's this wind, if you look at it, if you look at that wide shot, it looked pretty calm there. So it's fluctuating still. Yatma from Estonia with the first hour of the second end.
8 points.
She just doesn't look confident at all, does she? She doesn't stick with the shot there. Just broke low, as if she's not putting enough power into the shot.
10. 9. 8 points.
Let's try to pull that one across.
Ten 9 liner looks like a 9. It is a 9.
26.
10 points.
10 for a 28. And a look at that lead for Andrea Munoz. She looks like she's shooting with absolutely no fear. I mean, it doesn't look like she's, you said confident, she's shooting confident. Of course, you'll talk about the process. If you look at her face here, she's just eyes focused on the prize.
Yeah, 19, like I say, first season on this World Cup tour. She's got nothing to lose, really, is she? You know, she's the underdog here. There's no real pressure. There's no following of her up to this event. So let's see what she can do.
We can certainly see on the shooting line the happier of the coach
Scores are
athlete
confirmed,
pairings.
53 points.
All
for
smiles on
Scotland,
the
and
Spanish
Munoz
side
has
of the
55
shooting
points.
line.
Scotland will be shooting first as he trails by 2 points.
Into
9
fifth gear
arrows
just
to go
yet.
in the match.
Start of the third end. It will be Yatma shooting again, but this time because she's trailing.
10. X-ray.
Munoz is also a current world record holder, the double
10.
50-meter round. Gibson's record by just 1 point, 14.07 out of possible 14.40.
9.
Sigo aumentando, y dirijo hasta aquí.
9.
Un poquito más de intensidad, Ya falta un poquito de intensidad.
Little reset with her thumb on the release aid, just going over to the trigger, came off again.
8.
Process not quite right here.
Presents another opportunity for Munoz. And Munoz capitalises 29 in the end. The Spaniard, 4-point lead after 3. Really is all smiles here. Now, 4-point lead, two ends to go. Can Yatma get back into this?
anything's possible, especially if there's blustery conditions. It really opens the field up, but Yatma's not in a good place. I think she's potentially struggling a little bit with the TPs, panic slipping in, potentially like holding off that trigger with that thumb. Just keep watching her process, seeing if she can commit to these shots, whereas Munoz looks calm and relaxed.
On target number 1.
Wow, it must be horrific if you're struggling with target panic in a World Cup semi-final. But Yatma trailing by 4 will shoot first in the fourth end. It's not an insurmountable mountain to climb, but a 4-point deficit
And we're back in action.
against this
Yatma of Estonia shooting first on target number 1.
might be just a bit too much of a struggle here. And I wonder if Yatma is struggling with the wind. Fourth end, Yatma trailing by 4, shoots first for Estonia.
10 points.
Aumentame la intensidad todo el tiempo. Eso es.
10 points.
Into the middle as well for Munoz. Nikki Mase struggling, and I wonder if she's struggling with the concept, the worry of the wind, rather than the wind itself.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? That's how the shot starts to break down. We saw that thumb go across and back again on this shot. Long hold. It's an
10
intendo.
points.
The problem is that Munoz has found the centre as well. The problem is that it's Yatma's camp. But Munoz looking very, very solid indeed. Can she keep her composure, this 19-year-old?
10.
Perfect for Yatma. That should settle her nerves if there were any, but Munoz in for a perfect herself.
10.
It's just brilliant. This is spectacular from the Spanish
Each archer with
teenager.
3 arrows remaining, and we have a 4-point separation in favor of the archer from Spain. On target number 2.
She's just not flustered at all. She's
For the
sitting there
final
shooting like
regulation
this
scoring
she's
end
been there
is
time
Yatma
and time
of
again.
Estonia.
Yep, just sticking to her process. She knows her shot, she knows what to do. You know, you look at her and she's got this tiny little tremor, tiny little shake, which is normal. You know, the bow's not going to hold rock solid. But facially, she just looks so relaxed. It doesn't look like there's any tension in her body, really. So, yeah, fantastic shooting.
Yeah, she's looking cool, calm and collected now, but do you think we might see some nerves creeping in when she realises that she could make the final here?
We'll have to see if she can hold it together, but her mind should just be on each shot, one at a time.
Well, Yatma getting a 30 in the fourth, matched by Munoz, and a smile says it all from the Spaniard. She goes into the final end with a 4-point lead up against Lizelle Yatma. Got a bronze in Antalya. It's going to be a big ask for her to get through this semi-final, though. She shoots first in the fifth and final end.
Big flinch to start off with. Brain thought it was gone.
9-10 liner.
She got away with it, though.
Apóyate 10 izquierda, Andrea.
Looks like it's going to go for a measure, that first one, for the Estonian.
Eso es.
10 points.
Sigue igual de fuerte, ¿eh? Me apoyo un poquito a la izquierda. ¿vale?
Just keep watching that thumb, that's the trigger thumb.
And another liner, but this one's in. It's 10.
Sigo apoyando a mi izquierda, mantengo la dirección. Vale,
9 points, just out.
casi bien. Tírame al mismo sitio, ¿eh?
Final shots an X.
Into the centre for a 1-3-9, but as you can see, plenty of room for Munoz here. A 9, and she's into the final.
And 8 will clinch it. And it's a 10.
She does get
It's
the
going to be a
10
gold
in the
medal
end
match later
for
this afternoon.
a superb
For the archer from
1-4-3.
Spain,
Andrea Munoz of Spain in her debut season, just her second senior Hyundai Archery World Cup tournament, and she has absolutely blasted her way through Lizelle Yatma. Yatma was not on her finest form, but Munoz looks like the real deal. She's in
Ladies
to the
and
final.
gentlemen, let's hear it
compound
for
women's
our
individual.
first finalists, and also for our bronze medal contender
from the young teenager.
from Estonia.
Yeah, really
As they
good. I
leave
mean,
the
a little
venue.
bit shaky start,
Coming
we
up
might
next,
say, for the first.
semifinal match
And there,
in this compound
999, but
women's
then she
division,
really got into the match.
featuring
And
Mexico
fantastic shooting from her. She's
and
19 years
Korea.
old, really calm and relaxed.
두 번째 준결승 경기, 대한민국과 멕시코 간 경기가 진행될 예정입니다.
Well, it wasn't to be for Lizelle Yatma here in Gwangju. She's made it through to the final four, and she has a shot at another medal. She'll be going for bronze a little bit later on. Andrea Munoz is into the final. She will be going for gold, and what a story that will be here from Gwangju Compound Saturday. The other story, of course, is the wind, Nikki, and at one end of the range it looks still. This is towards the 50-meter target, and it's blowing around all over the place.
Yeah, it's been really inconsistent today, isn't it? Sometimes not too bad at all, other times physically blowing the archer on the shooting line as well. So they've just got to read the conditions. They've only got 20 seconds to make their shot. They've got to get it done.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the coaches and judges to the field of play for our next match.
Well, we're getting ready for semi-final number 2. We'll see another debutant, or in her debutant season, Daphne Quintero of Mexico taking on Kim Yun-hee of Korea. So the host nation have got something to shout about in this next women's compound semi-final.
And now, please welcome the athletes to the field of play.
Well, here they come. It's time for semi-final number 2 of the compound women's individual at stage 2 of the Hyundai Archery World Cup here in Gwangju, Korea. And Korea have got something to shout about in this one. Let's go
Shooting
down
on
for the
target
athlete
number 1,
introductions.
representing Mexico. Please welcome Daphne Quintero. On target 2, representing Korea. Line judge for this match is Christina Rittmeister. As we're about to get underway,
Well, here we go, Nikki. 2 nations known for their archery. Do you favour one of these athletes here?
Really tough one this, youth versus experience. Home soil advantage. Let's go for Kim, I think.
Well, talk's been all week about whether the Koreans are going to take a clean sweep of the top step of the podium
once again,
here.
it's going to be 15 arrows to decide this match. This time, Miss Kim of Korea shooting first on target number 2.
Kim on the shooting line, ready to start the semi-final
보여야 돼.
against Quintero.
까지. 나이스.
10.
10점.
And you can hear the support Kim Jin-hyun is getting here.
10.
10점.
First arrows, the sighters into the 10s.
자, 본인 라인만 지키고 과감하게 가자. 나이스.
8 points.
8점.
Talking to the coach about where did it go. Just a change in pressure. Front arm drifting to the left.
괜찮아. 신경 쓰지 말고.
9 points.
9점.
1 point separation in favor of the archer from Mexico.
숨 과감하게 해야 돼. 나이스.
8 points again.
8점.
Well, drifting out again into the 8 for a 26. Big opportunity here for Daphne Quintero.
9.
9점.
Pops it into
2
the
point
9.
lead
It's
for
a
the
2-point
Gwangju
lead for her.
Mexico.
Could have been more, but she'd rather have that 2-point lead than it be the other way around.
Korea's going to be shooting
Now we've got
first
youth
on target
versus
two.
experience again, perhaps a little bit more experience when we talk about Kim compared to Yatma, but the youth side of the shooting line doesn't look quite as comfortable as it did for Munoz in the first set.
Yeah, that's fair to say. You know, Quintero just not looking quite happy with those shots, is she? I think getting a little bit of wind in that stadium, perhaps buffeting around a little bit, so it's tricky.
It's tricky. If only you could sit
20-year-old Daphne Quintero of Mexico is ranked number 73 in the world, moving up though.
sing when the athletes are
She's
shaking
never
as the
come up
wind
against
blows
her
through them.
opponent, Kim Yoon-hee
It's
of
hard
Korea.
to imagine when you're standing on that shooting line and the wind is
Kim is
gusting
28
all over the
years of
place.
age. She's ranked number
It's got to be
41 in the
incredibly
world.
disruptive to your
She has shot at 3
mental
world
process
championships, 9
to
World
release.
Cups. Has participated in
Quintero of Mexico leading by 2
continental and
in
multi-sport
this
events.
compound women's individual semi-final. So
Last
Kim
appearance at the
of
World
Korea
Championships was in
shoots
2015.
first in
화이팅!
the second end.
자, 마지막 순간까지 지켜야 돼. 끝까지. 나이스.
9 points.
9점.
There's communication between the coach and the athlete on the Korean side. It's a
9.
little bit quieter
9점.
on the Mexican side of the shooting line.
라인 됐으면 과감하게. 좋아.
10.
10점.
Everything so far left to centre. Need a little bit more adjustment to get the best out of these groups.
Zona y tu ritmo. Aguántala ahí. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Really
10
long
points,
hold,
that's right.
counted down by the coach.
이것만 하면 돼. 끝까지.
10, X-ray.
Well, they said they needed to shift over to the right, and that is exactly what Kim has done for a 29 and a 55 total.
10, 9, 8.
9.
Getting to the final 10 seconds again. It's 28, so the 2-point lead has been cut in half to a single point. We look back, Kim starting to look a little bit more composed, a little bit more measured. That group very good. Shifted over to the right. I'm going to say it.
Kim of Korea will be shooting
Fear
first.
for Quintero.
Korea will be
Yeah, I think she's got a bit more work to do, isn't she? Kim really settling into the match, looking strong, confident. She knows this field, I would imagine. So just stick to the process. Talking with the coach again about things. But Quintero just didn't look quite happy yet, does she?
No, she doesn't.
Scores are
And
official and on the board.
worse for her is
56
that
points for the Quintero of Mexico.
very
55
focused,
points for
very
Kim
controlled.
of
Just done
Korea.
exactly what you said though, and shifted that group
Is Kim
across
shooting first?
to the right.
On
Can't
target
keep your
number
eyes
6.
off this one.
자, 화이팅!
We're into the third end. Kim still trailing, but just by 1. Looking very strong for the comeback here.
나이스.
10.
10점.
10, 9 line, and looks like it's out to 9.
9점.
So close with that arrow, just outside the 10.
좋아. 믿고 가야 돼. 끝까지. 나이스 10.
Boom. 10 ring.
좋아.
10. There you go. The scorer's marked it as for a measure. That did look just scrapped down.
And a 10.
These are all very close, and they just started to dip a little bit low.
라인 지켜서
Yeah, it could be a change of wind conditions, or it could just be
끝까지
not enough
가줘.
pressure through the shot,
끝까지
perhaps.
해야 돼. 괜찮아.
9 points.
9점.
So provisional 28, 4 and 83.
Just getting hit by the wind. See how much that bow moved.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Strong gust of wind, 7 points.
7점.
Wow. Even the stadium announcer said
Quintero
there's a strong
finding that,
gust of wind there.
very,
Now, was he referring
unfortunately
to
timed
the
gust.
time you were talking about,
Quite
Nicky, or
strong
was there
coming through the arena
a
just as she
later one in the shot?
Getting ready to release that
Arrow
shot.
going on to it.
Cost her a lot of points there.
Yeah, she looked like she got quite
And with
battered
9
twice
arrows
during the hold, and then
downrange,
possibly
we are looking
the
at a
arrow could have been
3-point
carried a little bit
advantage
by the wind.
for
But
the archer
these
from Korea,
compounds are
Miss Kim.
super fast. The
Let's hear it for
arrows
your
usually
favorite
travelling around
teams.
300
Make it
feet a
go!
second. The target's 50 metres away, so it's more you getting hit on the shooting line than the arrow movement through the air.
But a 7 at this level, just not enough, even in the wind. And on top of that, she's got 1 arrow that will go for a measure. And again, so has Kim. Well, it looks like they confirmed 29 for Kim, which gives her 84 points. Just waiting for confirmation of the scores from Quintero. The 7 and a 9 were fixed, so she's on 16 points. There was a 9-10 liner that they looked at. We haven't had confirmation yet of the final score. She's definitely trailing.
All right, the official
Was it a
score,
25 or a
82 points for
26?
Miss Quintero, 84 points for Miss Kim. Miss Quintero shooting first for the
It
fourth.
was indeed marked up to a 10, that arrow for Quintero. She got a 26 in that, so she trails by 2 points now. So it will be Daphne Quintero of Mexico to shoot first in the 4th end. There's 2 more to go.
9 points just out.
9점.
A little bit more confident. Perhaps that 7 has just taken the pressure out of this one a little bit for Mexico.
9 points.
9점.
A little bit more tense there. Left arrow again, looking back to the coach.
8 points.
8점.
She knew that wasn't right, Quintero.
마지막까지 라인 지켜주고 끝까지 해야 돼.
Yeah, you can see her moving around.
9.
9점.
It's the most unsettling I've seen Kim so far. She looks so solid through the first couple of ends, but again, maybe that wind unsettling her a little bit as well.
10.
10점.
She growled at that one to go into the 10.
좋아, 지금 들어온 거. 나이스.
10.
Well, there was the opportunity to take a bigger lead there. And that's exactly what Kim Yoon-hee has done. 3 arrows per archer left. You can see that the tension hasn't quite completely gone from Kim Yoon-hee. Shades though of perhaps Quintero just taking the weight of the world off the shoulders a little bit there, having shot a 7
Will it
in
be
the
the
3rd
archer from
end.
Mexico?
Perhaps also then affected her process.
Or will it be the archer from
Yeah,
Korea?
it's a tricky one, isn't it? She didn't look happy to start with. She looked more comfortable, then she got hit by the wind. So it's a real roller coaster of a ride.
Learning opportunity, I think the coaches say. What a place to learn on the finals field of Hyundai Archery World Cup. First one in Korea for 15 years as well. It is Host Nations athlete that is leading. Will be very much fancied to go through to the final.
Final regulation scoring end.
Quintero will shoot first
Once
in the
again,
5th end. Her
Miss
job
Quintero of
is to
Mexico
put down
shooting first
some
on
big
Friday
scores
morning.
to try and put a little bit more pressure on Kim. 5th and final end of the compound wind semi-final number 2.
9 points.
9점.
자, 라인 지켜서 끝까지 가야 돼. 좋아. 10.
10.
10점.
Certainly looked more solid, didn't it? Fast timing shot.
10, X-ray.
10점.
박수는
Just
가야
a
돼.
little bit of nervy tension in the backhand.
10, X-ray.
But she's still able to control it
Final
enough to go into the 10 ring.
Nine points for the last shot.
So 137 total
Miss Kim
score. In windy conditions, not too bad. And as you can see, Kim has a big window here.
9 points to finish
Into
and
the line
victory.
for a 1-4-1. It's more than enough to take the victory here in the semi-final. And finally, we see a smile on the face of Kim Yun-hee. She goes on to compete for the gold up against Andrea Munoz of Spain, the teenage
First, our bronze medal
sensation.
final.
Coming
Featuring
through
Daphne
her
Quintero of
semi-final
Mexico.
against Lizelle Yatma.
She'll be facing
Yatma
Lizelle
will face here
Yatma
Quintero
of Estonia.
in the
That match
bronze
will
medal
be
match,
coming
which is coming up
shortly.
very,
Stay with us.
very shortly. But it's Kim Yun-hee who's through semi-final number 2. Well, Nikki, you called it a roller coaster, and I don't think you're too far off that. Quintero, she was all over the shop in terms of form, wasn't she?
Yeah, she really was. She came out not looking too happy with the shots, then she settled in for a bit, got hit by the wind, not happy again, and she finished with a smile, really, didn't she? So she's got to go off and reset herself and come back stronger now into this bronze medal match.
We'll take a look back over that second semi-final.
And so,
Kim
coming up
getting
next
into the lead
after a
early
short
on,
break,
but
we will
once
feature the compound
Kim
women's
had
division
found the
bronze
middle,
medal match. Stay with us.
she did enough to just extend her lead, or take the lead, then extend it and go on to make it through. It wasn't without error or without some tension, but the Korean has made it through into Korea. Will she be on top of the podium in the first World Cup on home soil for her in 15 years? We'll find out a little bit later on, because before we go to gold, we will, of course, have the bronze medal match between Lizelle Yatma of Estonia and Daphne Quintero of Mexico.
Ladies and gentlemen, now please welcome the judges and coaches to the field of play.
Well, it's time for the bronze medal match in the compound women's individual tournament. Let's take a look at how the athletes got to this stage. Yatma coming through the top against Boston, but losing out to Munoz in semi-final number 1. Quintero coming through So of Korea, but then losing to Kim. So we will see Lizelle Yatma of Estonia going up against Daphne Quintero of Mexico in the bronze medal match next, and straight afterwards we'll go for gold and a guaranteed place in the Hyundai Archery World Cup finals, because Munoz will take on Kim. Athletes out onto the field of play for the compound women's individual bronze medal match here at the Hyundai Archery World Cup in Gwangju,
On
Korea.
target 1 for the bronze medal, representing Estonia, this is Lizelle Yatma. Shooting for the bronze medal on target number 2, representing Mexico, Daphne Quintero. Our line judge for this match is Christina Mittmeyer. We're going to be getting underway with the Archer.
Well, it's time for the bronze medal playoff here between Yatma of Estonia and Quintero of Mexico. Yatma picked up a bronze at the first World Cup in Antalya. She's got a chance to bank herself a second consecutive bronze, but this one is by no means a guaranteed win for either of these athletes, both shaky through their semi-finals. It will be Daphne Quintero of Mexico to get us underway.
10점.
Nine points.
9점.
Quintero's come out here looking pretty confident. Nod of the head. Good processes. Yeah, we're still struggling with this shot process altogether.
10, we have a draw.
10점.
She just doesn't look at all comfortable. It's actually quite tough to watch. You see the battle going on with the Estonian.
10.
Like you say, Quintero has managed to shake off the nerves that she was showing in the semi-final. Oh dear, oh dear.
8 points.
In some respects, she's got away with that one with an 8. She was all over the shot.
I would say that was a great shot. Let's hear it for both these
Yeah, I mean,
archers,
she's
ladies and
really,
gentlemen.
really struggling here with the shot commitment. Like I said previously, I think a little bit of the target panic is creeping in here. She is actually shooting a back tension release aid. So that thumb that we're seeing between the trigger and on and off the trigger, there's kind of a safety. I think she's clicking on and off, and it's the indecision that's the problem. And then I think suddenly she thinks, well, I just got to go for it, and you know, it's a conscious shot. That's why it's become a problem for her. So just look at that thumb. Did you see a click off that safety and it just went? That was right at the end of that shot, but we have seen a move between, so watch that thumb.
And the backhand we're talking about.
Yeah. So real struggle and mental battle for her here.
It's such a big difference to what we saw in Antalya, where she
Daphne
looked
Quintero of Mexico
like
with
she
a
was
2-point
absolutely
lead.
one of the greatest in the world.
Hey, weight of expectation maybe on that crowd, on that stage, or
Yatma.
you know, come away with the medal. Can I do it again? Do you put too much pressure on yourself?
Scores are official
Yeah, the
and on board.
intricacies and
2-point
and,
difference in
you know,
favor of the archer from Mexico.
you usually expect these athletes to shoot 10s when they're in practice. You put them under competition pressure.
Back
and
in action, 50 meters to
it
the
all
8
gets a
centimeter
little bit
10
different. Yatma trailing by 2 after the first end. Starts the second in this bronze medal match.
She settled
9
on that one.
points.
She flicked the safety off and she just went with it. No indecision. Much better.
9.
9점.
Quick shot from Daphne. Straight back to the Estonian. Less recovery time.
10, X-ray.
10점.
Ten.
10점.
Watch that thumb again. On, off, on, off.
8.
8점.
Massive opportunity for Quintero here.
9.
9점.
9s, that's enough. It's a whopping 6-point lead for the 20-year-old Mexican.
3-point lead for Daphne
Debut
Quintero of
season,
Mexico.
second World Cup. She is in control against the bronze medalist from Antalya. What a difference a few weeks Mex can make.
6
And
arrows
actually,
are
to be
downrange.
fair,
9
Zara
arrows
had an
remain
opportunity
to
to
be
go for
shot.
3 gold medals
For the
today
bronze medal.
in this competition.
Here's
She
Hyundai
looked a
Archery
lot
World Cup second
stronger
stage.
earlier on. She didn't look
Gwangju,
like the
Korea.
athlete she is right here.
I could just see it creeping in earlier today when the wind was hitting them. I think that's where her focus has changed. You've got to remember this week has been a windy week. Qualification was pretty horrendous. So having to shoot 72 arrows in that qualification round is enough to add a little bit of scarring onto these archers where now I've got to go and shoot in a finals venue, more and more pressure, and I'm not really confident in my shot process, which has been broken down by the wind this week, so she's not in a great place.
Well, she's got to come away from this, whatever happens, whether she takes the bronze or not. Lizelle Yatma here from Estonia has got to come away from this thinking, well, do you know what? In a terrible, difficult week, I still made the final 4 of the Hyundai Archery World Cup. She trails by 6 here against Mexico's Quintero, so she will get the 3rd end underway.
Boom! 10 points.
And straight into the 10, a quicker shot.
Bájalo ahí, aguántalo ahí. 10, 9.
9.
9점.
I mean, this is something that some of the greatest archers struggle with at times. You know, Sara Lopez has been pretty open about talking about her troubles as well, similar conditions, and you know, it's something some archers have to manage.
10 points.
10점.
She's managing it really well now. I mean, she's not only in the centre, but that was in the X ring. Is that going to put a pressure on Quintero?
10 points.
I don't think Quintero's really going to be thinking about that right now. She looks pretty solid in her shot process. It's all flowing nicely. Oh, indecision again. Just watch that thumb. She's not sure. She's facing her brain at full draw.
8.
8점.
And a tough wind. And an 8.
Well, both shooting 8s with their final arrows, both looking unhappy. Stadium announcers talking about the strong wind there. A 2-point lead. Not the case for Quintero. Mexican still in the driving seat. But please look at the Estonian Yatma here, and she's smiling, laughing. She's trying to sort of keep herself relaxed.
With 6 arrows to go,
Yeah, it's the best way to deal with it. You know, if you've got frustrated with it or upset about it now, you're in a really bad place. So the best thing you can really do is just try and relax, chill, just calm yourself down, get back to the normal process. So yeah, really good work from her.
I don't think this one's over though. I don't think this one is over. There's only 2 points in it, 2 ends to go. Quintero had a case of the heebie-jeebies in the semi-finals, didn't she? She really let the pressure get to her. So we're getting closer to the finishing line. I wonder if that's going to be the case. She shot an 8 in the 3rd, as well as Yatma.
Let's hear it for them, ladies and gentlemen.
It's time for end number 4, and it will be Lizelle Yatma of Estonia to shoot first. Range is clear and ready to go.
Still anyone's bronze medal with a 2-point separation and 6 shots to go, and Ms. Yatma of Estonia prepares to shoot on target 1. 10, dead center.
10점.
9.
9점.
Now
Looked a
a
good shot,
1-point
but
difference.
she walked off
5
the line
shots to
after
go
that
in the
last
match.
arrow. The last end, she kind of signalled to her coach not pulling through enough. That went low 8, didn't it? So
10 points.
quite getting the right balance there. But Yatma, much better.
10.
10점.
Well, the wind's back to play its part.
9.
Gets a 9 for a 29. It's her best score so far in a single end.
10 points.
Solid 29 from Quintero as well. Still holding on to that 2-point lead. We've been through 4 ends. I still don't think this is done though, Nikki. I still don't think it's done.
Coming up in just a moment.
Yeah, I definitely think there's room for anything to happen. But I do think Quintero is looking confident enough at the moment. I still think Yatma looks slightly more rattled, didn't she? That one and off, a bit of indecision in that end again when the wind hit. She held it together better with that 29, but all to play for.
There's two things happening on the shooting line. On the Estonian side, if it's windy, we don't know what's going to happen. If it's not windy, Yatma seems to be putting it into the 10s. On the Mexican side of the shooting line, this is more about a control of the nerves, not thinking about standing on the podium, not thinking about being 2 points ahead, and just going through the process. Daphne Quintero leading by 2 points, 3 hours to go for each archer. Lesal Yatma of Estonia to shoot first. As the pair go for a bronze medal here in Gwangju.
9.
9점.
Tranquilo, dale buen ritmo. Sigo adelante y controlo atrás.
9.
9점.
A bit of a grimace there, but it's all right. You still got your 2-point lead. And better news, there's only 2 hours left for the
10.
archers.
10점.
Yatma into the 10.
10.
10점.
Last arrow for the Estonian. Right on cue, the wind's there
And an
again.
8.
And she's poured it out into the 8 for a 138, and a big chance here in her debut season for Quintero. Wind's really picked up though. She's moving around. Oh, where's this one gonna go?
7 to win. It's a 9 and victory.
Oh my goodness me, the bravery to hold on at full draw to that last arrow, just waiting for the right moment. I'm not sure how far the countdown clock got, but I think it was inside 5 seconds. But Daphne Quintero has held her nerve to take bronze here in Gwangju. Oh, I mean, that went right down to the very last arrow, and what a last arrow it was, Nick.
Yeah, it really was. Really unlucky with Quintero getting hit by a lot of wind there. You've only got 20 seconds to shoot your shot, so there's not time to come down and reset and start again. You've got to shoot it, and she really did well to hold on there. Could have gone anywhere, honestly, but great shooting. She just looked more solid throughout.
Well, on her second appearance as a senior, Daphne Quintero has taken the bronze medal at the Gwangju Hyundai Archery World Cup, the second stage of the competition here in Korea. The first time a country has hosted a World Cup for 15 years. Mexico puts herself in the history books.
다음 경기는 여자 컴파운드 개인전 금메달 결정전이 진행됩니다.
We take a look back, that was the first arrow. Look at the response there of being able to pull that one out of the bag. But it was actually that final arrow there that was the killer blow in such difficult positions. How brave Daphne Quintero was to hold on for so long before releasing the arrow and getting the 9 to confirm her place on the podium here in Korea. Well, we've seen the bronze medalist Daphne Quintero win. We move now on to the gold medal matches. Andrea Munoz, the teenage sensation from Spain, has made her way through Gelantine and Yatma to make the final. She goes up against the host nation favourite Kim, who beat Song and Quintero to make it to the final. This one is a big one. Gold medal up for grabs in Gwangju. A Korean on home soil for the first time in 15 years, shooting for gold and a place in the Hyundai Archery World Cup final at the end of the season. Up for grabs for the winner.
Now, please welcome the athletes to the field of play.
Well, here they come. It's the gold medal match in the compound women's individual tournament. The home crowd will be right behind Kim Jun-hee. She goes up against no fear Andrea
On
Munoz.
target number 1, representing Spain, this is Andrea Munoz. Shooting for the gold medal. On target number 2, representing Korea,
Kim Yun-hee.
the line judge for this match is Christina Rittmeyer, and we are about to get underway with Miss Kim of Korea, shooting first on target number 2.
Well, this is the big one, the gold medal match. The winner gets a place in the Hyundai Archery World Cup
Let's make
final at
some
the end
noise,
of the season.
España!
Spain's Andrea Munoz will shoot on target number
Gold
1.
medal final right here
She
in
goes up
Korea,
against
Gwangju
host
City.
nation
A beautiful
favourite
location for the sport of archery.
Yun-hee. A lot more
Spiritual home of
experience,
Korean archery.
but with the
here we
expectation of the host nation on her shoulders. It's time
라인
to
보고
go for gold.
과감하게 끝까지 가야 돼. 나이스 엑스.
Shipchong X.
10.
Some start, but Munoz was still in the semi-final. Shooting without
10-9 liner, probably a 9.
Small on the line
지금 좋아.
for a measure.
라인 딱 보고. 좋아. 나이스. 좋아.
10 points.
Great start. She just looked calm, collected, easy.
Nine.
9점.
Breaking from Munoz there. She's just got to move aside. She just did, I think. Bring those down into the 10.
네, 라인만 보고. 과감하게. 끝까지 해야 돼. 나이스.
10, 10, 10.
Well, what
10점.
a start from Kim. A perfect 30.
Mantengo la intensidad, mantengo la dirección.
The greeting remains the same, but
Nine.
looks
So,
high
on
in
the
the
official
9
score,
for a
we'll see what we
27.
get.
Provisionally could get marked up to a 28. But the key thing here is Kim doesn't look like the Kim from the semi-finals, or certainly not in the first two ends of the semi-finals. She's come out here and she's just right in the middle right from the start.
Yeah, she's settled in, hasn't she? She found her comfort zone, crunching the arrows into the middle there, so feeling pretty confident, pretty happy with the surroundings.
선수들을
See
위해 큰
how
박수
far she can go without dropping a point.
España. Gwangju. España.
We wait to see whether Munoz is going to have her first arrow marked up. It looks like she has, and she is on a 28 to Kim's 30. So it will be the Spaniard who will shoot first in the second end. Perhaps going down by 2 points in the first end might not be the worst thing that's happened to Munoz, because now the expectations have really been lifted off her. She shoots first. I'll just say that I prefer to be
Back in
coming from
action, and
behind.
Miss Munoz of España of Spain will be shooting first on target number 1.
Start off in number 2, the gold medal match here. The winner looks
Utilizo la
in
fuerza,
place
mantengo la intensidad y
for
mantengo la
the
dirección.
Archery World Cup finals.
9-10 liner, looks like a 9 from here.
9점.
라인 맞추고. 끝까지 가야 돼. 좋아 지금. 나이스.
10.
10점.
좋아.
Four.
Dirijo hasta el final.
9.
9점.
She over-adjusted her sight there, pulling them over to the right now.
Yeah, difficult to say, isn't it? Is it a little bit of wind? Is it just a change in pressure? Her shots. Oh, now opened up.
너무 꽉 차려고 하지 말고.
Yeah, the flag's down there. One on target 1 moving a little bit, target 2 not.
10.
10점.
오케이, 딱 봤으면 가야 돼. 나이스.
9.
9점.
28 for Kim. She maintains her 2-point lead. But you spotted it, the two flags standing on top of the two targets. One blowing around, and the other one completely flat, not moving at all. So swirly wind, perhaps?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, when you put a stadium up like this, wind funnels, you've got some big buildings around as well, so that can make sort of funny patterns in the wind and also make it difficult for you to decide where or how to aim it, because there's no consistency in where the wind's coming from. So, a little bit tricky.
A little bit tricky. It's understatement Saturday for Nikki Hunt in the commentary position here in Gwangju. It is incredibly tricky for these archers. They have been blown around on the shooting line. It's not just even their bows that are moving, they're actually their whole body and arms moving. But Kim at the moment is controlling the situation a little bit better. She leads by 2. Munoz gets end number 3 underway.
Mantengo fuerte el core, aumento la intensidad y dirección.
10.
10점.
Activa un poquito más el core. Ahora hay mucho aire que nos mueve a nosotros, ¿vale?
끝까지. 끝까지 라인 지키고.
Look at that movement, wind on the t-shirt as well.
나이스!
10점.
Lovely in the group there now for the 10.
Y ahora ya, dirección. Apóyate un poquito izquierda, Andrea.
8 points.
8점.
라인 지키고. 살이 un poquito. 라인 가야 돼. 시간 많다.
Just look at something landed on the bow there.
나이스.
9.
9점.
Of some sort on top of the cable guard.
Well, can she blame that for the 9?
It may have
10.
been, but
X-ray.
Well, recovering to 28.
과감해야 돼. 나이스.
9.
9점.
It's going high to the left for Kim there in that end. She
With 6 arrows to go, it's
keeps
still
the
a
2-point
2-point
lead
difference
here.
in favor of Miss Kim of Korea.
She spotted something landing on the bow that could have been
After
slightly
score, Miss
distracting.
Munoz will be shooting first.
It
on
seems that
target
she's still
number 1.
well in control and being able to manage the conditions. And the fact it's a gold medal match, the fact that she's got the weight of expectation of the host nation on her shoulders, she's just handling it a lot better.
yeah, I mean, she's a former world champion back in 2015. I don't believe she's ever medalled individually on a World Cup stage, so she's going to change that today, but it's incredibly tough for the Koreans even to make their own selections, so plenty of experience under pressure.
Yeah, you're right about no
With the scores
individual medals on the World Cup
confirmed,
stage, but she's got
it's a 2-point
team
game
gold,
for the
2
gold
team
medal
silvers,
here, ladies and
and 2 team bronze medals.
Miss Munoz
She was part of
has
the
6 more
university
opportunities to try to level up.
in Naples.
6 more shots to decide the gold medal winner here.
Munoz trailing, as she does, faces the wind at the start of the 4th end.
9.
9점.
오케이, 좋다. 과감하게. 나이스.
9 points, just out of the 10 ring.
9점.
Baja el aire ahora, tírala al medio.
방금 전에 좋았어. 버튼만 쓰면 돼.
9.
9점.
Never looks phased, does she? She's just always you know, kind of happy where she's at. Pushes the reset button, gets back into it.
나이스!
10점.
+3.
Aumenta la intensidad. Eso.
9.
9점.
So 27 for Munoz for a 1-1-1.
끝까지 보고 시간 많아 끝까지 해줘.
Just a
Nine.
little bit of movement there.
9점.
Into the
3-point
lines
advantage with
for
3 arrows to go for Miss Kim of Korea.
14,
Ms.
so
Munoz
just ever so slightly
will be
extended
shooting
her lead
first for the
as we
final regulation
prepare for
scoring
end number 5.
end.
Munoz there trying to take all of this in her stride. Even though she's down, she looks like she's trying to enjoy the moment.
Yeah, what a great experience. She's got teammates there cheering for her. She's on a World Cup stage. She's got an opportunity to win a ticket to the finals. She's got to lap this up. She's 19 years old. She's going to be back here to do this all over again. So the more she can learn right now, whether she wins or loses this match, the stronger she's going to be.
Yeah, and the good thing is that, you know, the next question could very easily be, well, it's distracting her from actually playing the game. But like you said,
Scores are confirmed. A
in going
3-point
through the process,
positive pitch for the
it's like
archer
she's not
from
thinking about anything
Korea,
else at all on the crowd.
Miss Kim, and Miss
it
Munoz
doesn't
will be
matter
shooting
whether they're
first
there or
for
not.
this final regulation
Yep.
scoring end.
You know, relax between ends.
The gold medal
Get back
is
into
at
the process
stake
now.
with 3 more shots from each archer.
Well, she's facing an uphill battle here, Andrea Munoz, but she will get the final end underway, trailing by 3.
Ten.
10점.
자, 라인 지키고 봤으면 과감하게 끝까지 해줘. 나이스!
Yep.
10점.
Overly confident that arrow.
Pero igual. Aumenta la intensidad. Tiro fácil. Eso es.
10-9 liner.
Está dentro, Andrea.
보는 것만 하자. 좋아, 라인 지키고 끝까지. 나이스!
Chip.
Coach happy enough about that one. Lead provisionally up to 4 points with the final arrows to come.
Fijo.
10.
10점.
Final arrows.
Finishing with a 10 and a 29.
끝까지 라인 지키고 지금 좋아.
10, 10, 10.
And she's broken her
And a gold
individual
medal
World Cup
victory.
stage duck. Kim Jun-hee of Korea has taken the gold medal on home soil in Gwangju. The first time a World Cup has been held in the country for 15 years.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Kim
please
Jun-hee
congratulate our silver
has
medal
taken
winner
gold and confirmed
from
that she will be shooting
España,
at the Hyundai
Spain.
Archery
Hyundai
World Cup final at the end of the season.
Champion, representing
Nikki was-
Gwangju.
Once she got into the lead,
Jun-hee.
he felt fairly comfortable, but what a brilliant performance from Andrea Munoz. Let's talk about her first.
Yeah, incredible. 19 years old, got up there on that stage, shot well. You know, I know she won't be happy with that score, but she will have taken a lot away from this. Enjoyed the good shots. She'll replay those and come back stronger.
She's taken the silver medal here, but Kim Jun-hee hasn't taken an individual stage medal ever. First one is a gold, and the first one is a gold on home soil.
Absolutely, and now a ticket to the World Cup final as well. Let's see what she can do with that.
Incredible performance from her. Kim Jun-hee didn't look 100% confident 100% of the time, but she did more than enough to take the win here in Korea. Well, it is a gold medal for Korea in Korea. You can hear the crowd getting right behind Kim Jun-hee. Hopefully we'll get a chance to hear from the gold medalist very shortly.
Huge congratulations, you are the first ever compound winner. They even from Korea to win in Korea. How does it feel for you?
광주 월드컵 대회에서 금메달을 따셨는데 기분이 어떠세요?
우선은 월드컵은 첫 금메달인데 한국에서 열린 만큼 한국에서 메달 따가지고 너무 좋아요.
Yeah, I'm really happy that I won a gold medal, and it's the first time that I won a gold medal in Korea as well.
You had a perfect start to the match. Was it the key to win, to build on that?
시작부터 퍼펙트 피치를 하셨는데 이건 미리 예상하시고 쏘신 건가요?
아니요, 솔직히 긴장 엄청 많이 됐는데 혼자 할 수 있다, 차분하게 하자 믿고 싸가지고 처음부터 잘 했던 것 같아요.
Yeah, I really didn't expect like this, like goods. I was just focused on like mind controlling, so I think I got a like great result.
You shot in Korea ahead of your home crowd. It must be an amazing feeling, amazing support for you.
네, 홈그라운드에서 메달을 따셨는데 기분이 어떠세요?
오늘은 그냥 저의 날이었던 것 같아요. 너무 좋아요.
Yeah, I feel amazing. Just today's my day.
So, does it make it even more special to win ahead of such crowd?
이런 인파 속에서 그 홈그라운드뿐만 아니라 이런 광주 시민들과 다양한 인파 속에서 메달을 따셨는데 좀 많이 특별하지 않으신가요?
솔직히 그러니까 한국에서 한 만큼 더 긴장이 됐는데 다 제 응원한다고 생각하니까 좀 든든해가지고 더 열심히 할 수 있었던 것 같아요.
It was really nervous in front of the Korean audience, but I felt they're really cheering me up, so like it supported me a lot, and I could get great results.
Thank you very much once again. Huge congratulations.
Thank you.
네, 감사합니다.
Well, happy to win, happy to have the home crowd behind her. Happy, as she put it, it's just her day. Fantastic performance from Kim Yoon-hee, taking the gold medal, and coming up next we will see her receiving that gold medal in the victory ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony for the compound women.
It's the time to present the medals and to see the top athletes this first World Cup in Korea for 15 years, standing on top of the podium. Silver and bronze bags of ranking points medals for a potential shout at making the Hyundai Archery World Cup final at the end of the season, but a guaranteed spot for the winner. Kim Yoon-hee on home soil taking gold.
Bronze medal, representing Mexico, Daphne Quintero.
Well, the first of the podium debut appearances comes from Daphne Quintero of Mexico, collecting the bronze medal. First season, second competition, to the podium. About to see a lot more of Daphne Quintero. Predicting we're going to see a lot more of the silver medalist, a year younger, at 19. Andrea Munoz of Spain. I think we're going to see that smile on the circuit for a few years to come. First senior season, second competition. First podium. It's a silver medal.
Gold medal, representing
A multiple medal
the Republic of Korea
on the World Cup stage as a team athlete. She's been waiting a long time for this. It's her debut podium as an individual as well. she's on top of it. Kim Yoon-hee of Korea taking gold in the compound women's individual tournament. And with the win, gets her first podium as a senior and confirms her place in the season finale of the Hyundai Archery World Cup final. And that's what it means to her. It was her day, and it's time to hear her national anthem.
Of Korea. Please congratulate our competitors, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, there we have it. The top three here. Kim Yoon-hee breaking her individual duck here in Korea, taking gold from Andrea Munoz. Collecting the bronze medal. I don't think you can find three bigger smiles in the whole of Korea on the podium here in Gwangju. We take a look at the final event rankings. Kim Yoon-hee at the top of the pile not only gets the gold in Korea, she books herself a place at the Hyundai Archery World Cup finals. Great ranking points for Andrea Munoz of Spain, Daphne Quintero of Mexico, and Lisel Yatma of Estonia. That's it from the women's competition. Coming up very shortly, turn our attention to the compound men's individual final four. We'll take a look back over the brilliant final four here in Gwangju. Nikki, Kim Yoon-hee taking the medal there. A bit of home advantage, but she's broken her duck, hasn't she?
Yeah, back on the circuit now. It's been a while, I think, since she's won some medals, but really, really strong here. Looked so composed under pressure, booking that place, importantly, for the World Cup final.
The winning moment there for Kim Yoon-hee. Gold in Gwangju.
Austria. India. Steve Marsh, USA.
So we're here in Gwangju. It's time to turn our attention to the men's final four. Let's go and meet them.
Nikovina, Austria.
Mohan Bhardwaj, India.
Steve Marsh, USA.
Mike Schlosser, Netherlands.
Well, there are the final four. Good to meet them. Let's see how they got to the semi-final. Schlusser coming through Chen. Steve Marsh of the USA, a new name to me, coming through Matthias Fullerton. Nico Venner of Austria going up against Mohan Bhardwaj of India. So a couple of slightly unfamiliar names in there, and two massive ones. World champion and the world #1 and winner from Antalya. Nikki, any thoughts about this final four?
I mean, I think there's a clear favourite in both sides. Mike Schlosser, Nico Weiner, both the favourites for sure, but can the underdogs come through? No pressure for them at all.
Can anyone beat Mr. Perfect, Mike Schlosser?
Yeah, I think he is beatable, but you've got to push him all the way. If you drop points, he'll just take over.
It's time for our first semi-final in the men's compound individual. Semi-final number 1 sees Mike Schlosser of the Netherlands, the 28-year-old world number 1 winner of the first World Cup in Antalya, going up against Steve Marsh of the USA, the 26-year-old world number 223.
In the world, Mr. Perfect. Representing the Netherlands, this is Mike Schlosser. Shooting on target 2, representing the United States of America, this is Steve Marsh. Our line judge for World Archery for this match is Kay Choi.
So here we go. A new name to me. Marsh on target number 2. Will shoot first in the first semi-final. He goes up against the master of the moment, Mike Schlosser of the Netherlands. He's been on fire all the way through this competition.
First man to shoot a perfect score indoors, 600 points, 60 arrows, all in the WA 10 ring.
It's actually Schlosser who's going to shoot first here. Semi-final number 1, master gets underway.
9 points to open.
He looked a little bit confused by that straight away. Looked back to his coach, I think happens to be his wife, and found out where the arrow went. Same place for Steve as well, low right. Maybe conditions here a little bit different from the practice field, perhaps.
Yep.
10.
10점.
Trust it. Just left.
9.
9점.
Deep breath.
Yep.
10. X-ring.
10점.
You don't need to
29 of a possible 30.
around because he tells you whether it's good or not. 29 for him to get the match underway. Marsh going left
There
with
it
the
is.
half arrow and has corrected it.
Mike Schlosser leading by 1 point after the
28,
first 3 arrows, and there are a dozen
a lead
shots
for
to go
Schlosser
from each of
is
these
never a good thing,
competitors.
but if you're facing him, of course. But it's not too bad a start from Steve Marsh either.
Yeah, they both just struggled a little bit to find the middle. I do wonder whether the practice for the come off, they both ended up a little low right, made adjustments. Mike Schlosser just a little bit quicker to get his into the middle, picking up an extra point there.
Yeah, the practice range for this finals, let's not forget qualification happened elsewhere, but practice range for this finals is actually just off to the side.
This is the international debut for Steve Marsh in the United States of America.
Very much more in the open, apart from the wall on the left-hand side of the practice range. So
this competition average scores have been quite high.
Yep, that can make those just fine adjustments. I mean, they only just missed a 10, didn't they? Both of them on the first arrow.
28-year-old Mike Schlosser, ranked number 1 in the world.
Good, strong shot.
34 appearances at the World Cup.
well, Steve Marsh will get the second end underway here.
Good finish. Yep, there it
9,
is.
10, rather, 10.
10점.
9 o'clock.
X. Muy.
10 points.
10점.
Feeling
Strong
when that shot just breaks so sweet and you see him just nod his head, he knows as soon as that leaves the bow, that's going in the 10.
Yep,
10.
there it is.
10점.
One more.
She's found the middle.
Ja, 10.
10.
10.2
10점.
finish. Yep.
10 points on the line.
There you go.
Well, perfect score there for a 58.
10, 10, 10.
Perfect score. Mike Schlosser, who told us yet again, it's a 10. And, well, they're both in the perfects. It's where we expect Schlosser to be. But it's where Steve Marsh needs to be, and he is there. He's only trailing by 1.
Yep, needs to keep them there. He needs to really put the pressure on Mike Schlosser to even have a chance. If he lets him get away with a bit of a lead, he'll just clean up.
Yeah, he's a serial podium finisher on the Hyundai Archery World Cup stage. 8 bronze medals, 6 silver, 9 gold. He has won the final, the Archery World Cup final, 3 times. Trailing by a single point. Marsh of the USA will shoot first.
The audience there, those are something else.
Third of 5 ends. Just trailing by 1, so very much in the hunt here in this semi-final number 1 in Gwangju. He is up against Mr. Perfect.
Yep.
10.
There you go.
10점.
This is 5th 10 in a row. Kind of form that we need to beat this man.
10.
10점.
Good strong shot. Pick your spot and go. Good finish. Yep.
9,
Hold,
10
just
liner.
clip in the 10, I think. Might be a measure.
Looks like a 10 from here.
Yeah,
And a 10.
Both combo from Mike Schlosser there.
Pick your spot. Trust it. Yep.
10.
There you go.
10점.
This
Give the
is
man a
going
10,
to
10,
be a really
10.
tasty one. I think that might get marked up to an 88. Provisionally marked as an 87 for the American.
10, 10, 10.
Second perfect for Mike Schlosser for a guaranteed 89. Nikki, what do you think about the second arrow from the American
Well, these guys have
Marsh?
got their
It
strides.
is
Steve
really
Marsh with
close.
10, 10,
I wouldn't be
10.
surprised if
Mike
it gets
Schlosser
marked
with
up.
10, 10, 10.
Wait for official confirmation.
On the official scoreboard, it's marked as a perfect
Single
for
point
Steve Marsh
separating
of the
these two
USA.
after the first after the first 9 arrows. Steve Marsh is going to shoot first on target number 2.
Looks like we have had final confirmation. We take a look back over that end, and
Steve, you need to listen to
the
what
stadium
Webster's
announcer
telling
said
you, 'cause
after
anybody
9
who
arrows
they
from each of the
definitely knows what
archers,
they're talking about.
Steve Marsh has kept himself very much in the hunt for a place in the final, trailing Mike Schlosser by just a single point with 2 ends to go. Trailing, he will shoot first, Marsh. To start end number 4.
Trust it.
And that's just out. It's an 8.
You knew
and
that was
that's
going
strong
left. You
gust
could
of wind.
see that front arm trying to push it over, but just not enough. Too late.
And the 10 dead center.
10점.
Mike Schlosser tends to capitalise that one. I think his best arrow so far in the match. Hitting the spider in the middle of the target.
He takes advantage of the lull for
Back
next.
into the middle as well, though.
10점.
Got hammered with that wind on that first shot. Mike with a 10-9 liner.
That one's a little bit closer.
Trust it. Good finish. Straight to the target.
And that one's out the left. It's 9.
9점.
Look at the starting Mike Schlusser now.
Nice though, the wind is an
happy
equal
with that, and
opportunity.
that's gone way
thing
down
going on
into
there.
the
That is 7 out
sevens.
the bottom.
And just
For
when
Mike, he got
Schlusser
hit
thought
hard
there
by
was an
that gust of
opportunity
wind.
to really strike into the lead, they actually
timing,
have
there's not much you can
the
do in this
athletes
situation
provisionally
with,
tied
only
on
20 seconds on the
115.
clock to cut that shot
Schlusser's
loose.
second arrow going for a measure. Wow, Nicky with the wind playing its part there.
We can say
First
the wind has
causing
been an
Marsh a
equal
problem,
opportunity denier
and then
today
doing him
because
a
both
big
of these guys
favour.
had
Yeah,
tough shots.
it's just pot luck. You've got
So
20
far.
seconds to shoot your arrow. If you get hit by the wind, do you know what? You've got to shoot it. I think Steve Weiler there just pointing out that one
Now,
was
I think
upgraded.
it's very possible we're going to see Mike Schlusser pick up Mike Schlusser pick up
Just
1
stay
point.
as strong as you can in these conditions.
There's some kind of a demonic thing going on for that to come up. 1 point is very possible for Mike Schlusser. We'll see what happens.
Well, we wait for confirmation, as you said, Steve Weiler there in the blue shorts.
Yep, there it is.
Acting as the agent for Mike Schlusser.
Steve's going to be shooting first on target number 2, Steve
would
Marsh.
get marked up
The other
to a
Steve
10.
on the American team.
Haven't had confirmation yet, though.
Good strong shot. Pick your spot and go.
So Marsh trailing,
Trust it.
shoots first in the final end. Just 1 point in it, though.
Yeah, dead center.
10점.
The wind is calmed right down again, and Marsh straight into the center of the target. Bit of movement from Schlusser.
Boom! 10 points, excellent.
10점.
Maintains the 1 point lead.
Pick your spot, trust it. Good finish.
8 points.
Coach saying behind him, pick your spot, trust it, because that wind's just coming in again. I think too long holding.
9.
Really quick shot there for Schlosser.
Capitalised by a point, though. 1 arrow left.
Yeah.
Back in the 10s for a 143. A 9 for the wind. Schlusser will be playing that wind stays away.
10, dead
Oh, he
center.
knew it was in there. He knew he'd done enough. And Mike Schlusser with a 145 makes his way through
2-point advantage
to
right now
yet
for the
another
man from the
Hyundai
Netherlands.
Archery World
Mike
Cup
Schlusser.
final. Bit of pressure on that
Marsh
one. There were
hanging
a
tough
couple of
in tough conditions.
windy moments
And
that
you Americans are way too
both
quiet.
of the
Let's hear it
archers.
for 'em.
You've got to take your hat off to Steve Marsh. He really kept Mike Schlusser
And
honest.
for the Netherlands,
Yeah, he did. Good performance from him. Yeah,
USA.
struggled, like you said, a little bit in those winning conditions,
NED.
but not bad. First season out here, getting the second outing into this Final Four.
I gotta say, the Orange Crush is crushing it when it comes to cheering. I'm just gotta call it the way I hear it. Give you all one more chance. USA! Netherlands! I was closer.
Mike
I'd ask
Schlusser
Dean
there just
Alberga to decide which
enjoying
one was louder,
the
but we already know
entertainment being
he's biased.
provided by the stadium announcer, putting the two sets
Basically an
of
American.
supporters up against each other for the loudest cheer here in Gwangju. Just waiting for final confirmation of the scores. Don't really see it changing.
Wolf, this wind is definitely a challenge.
And there we go, confirmation coming through. Mike Schlusser has done this one. 145
Schlusser,
plays,
winner of the match.
143. Steve Marsh kept the Dutch master honest right the way through, but a couple of wind buffeting moments affected Marsh just a tiny bit more than they did Schlusser. Schlusser through to the final. We'll see Marsh again in the bronze medal match. Well, you can see these flags waving around. Blustery.
Coming up next, the second semi-final match for the compound men's division.
Because of the
Pit
formation of the
Austria
stadium, the
versus
stand behind
India.
the archers.
다음 두 번째 준결승
Good thing about the wind here is
오스트리아와
cooling
인도
off
간의 경기가
the
시작되겠습니다.
spectators in the crowd. Very, very clear skies here today. Those parasols are up as a bit of protection from that burning sun.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the coaches and judges to the field of play for our next match. Now please welcome the athletes to the field of play.
Semi-final time in the compound men's individual competition. We've seen Mike Schlitter go through the first semi-final. It's time now for semi-final number 2 as Mohan Bhardwaj of India takes on Nico Vena of Austria.
Shooting on target number 1, representing Austria, the reigning champion of the world, this is Nico Vena. And his opponent on target number 2, representing India, Mohan Bhardwaj. The world archery line judge for this match is Christina Rickmeyer. We're going to be getting underway in just one moment.
Well, time for semi-final number 2 here. Mohan Bhardwaj, 32 years old, making his debut.
From Austria, Mr. Vena will be shooting first on target number 1.
Into the final 4, going up against the world champion Nico Vena, the 25-year-old world number 7 from Austria. Nikki, one word, who's going to win this one?
Number 1 of 5.
Vena.
World champion will get the semi-final underway here in Gwangju.
Ten.
10점.
Start it is 2, straight into the middle of the target.
Nine.
9점.
Ten.
10점.
Not really looking happy with those shots, is he? But landing in the right place.
9.
9점.
2-point advantage for the archer from Austria.
Five, 4, 3.
Just out of the 10 ring, it's a 9.
9점.
All right, Nicky didn't look happy at all the way through that, but he came away with a 29, which can't be matched by Bhardwaj.
7, 6, short.
10 points.
He's got his first 10 for 28.
After the first 3 of 15 arrows, with a dozen shots still to go.
Saying not looking happy.
Champion of the world, Nico Vena of
There's
Austria.
a calmness on the Indian side of the
Got a
shooting.
29 on his scorecard.
Yeah, he did look calm. He went straight back to his coach though to have a good word
28.
about it, didn't he? And sort of discuss what was
That is
happening
why
there. But
Mr. Bhardwaj is going to be shooting
have a
first
look
when we
through the
resume.
scope. So I think first end nerves really, just got to get yourself together here and these arrows where you want them.
take a look back over his arrows. First two into the 10th, but he just didn't look happy, and then the third one just dropping low. But is there anything in particular you're spotting in the actions?
No, not really. I mean,
+1
Nico just
for the
looks
archer from
very
Austria.
controlled,
Nico
isn't he?
is
Nice
confirmed,
shots.
and so Mr.
So
Bhardwaj is going to be shooting
Bhardwaj
first on target.
probably punching a little bit those shots off, doesn't have that kind of lovely flowing reaction of the shot.
Nico Wiener won his world championship in Yankton, South Dakota last year, which means the Americans kind of have a claim on him.
Second end about to get underway here, and it will be Mohan Bhardwaj of India trailing by a single point and will shoot first.
Short
10 points. 10 points.
10 liner, but it's inside. Short
9 points.
I can't quite work out this reaction of Nico. I think it is just the surprise reaction of these shots.
10.
It's the same every time.
First time he's just giving himself a little bit of an acknowledgement of a good shot, nodding his head. Bhardwaj on for a higher score than the first, but he
9.
drops it into the 9 for another 28. Chance for a whopping lead here for Vina.
9.
9 for another 29, so 2-point lead for him after 2.
2-point advantage for the champion of the world.
The Slovakian Josef Bosanski in the box for the Austrian.
It certainly does look like him, and you know, quite a good guy to have in your box behind you right now, huh?
Well, number 12.
6 shots
Bosanski,
gone, 9
bags
shots
of experience,
to go. Who
that's
will
for
shoot
sure.
gold? Each archer with 9 arrows remaining.
Certainly looks like him. Maybe he's got an Austrian.
Let's make some noise, India. Austria.
Well, Vina starting to look
India.
a little bit more settled.
Austria. I gotta say, there's more people from India here, but the guys from Austria and the ladies from
He's even
Austria
wearing
are doing a better
Nico's
job.
t-shirt there. I think it is.
Just
You know,
saying.
you have to wear the same uniform if you're in the box,
Let's see
even
if
if
we
he is
can't step it
from
up
a different
after
country.
this end.
Doing that same uniform to be supporting. Great person to have behind you.
Not bad, not bad.
Well, working well for Vina at the moment. He leads by 2 after 2 ends, so it will be Mohan Bhardwaj to get the third set going. Gets it going.
X-ray.
10점.
Eight points.
8점.
Bhardwaj to me just looks a little short on his draw length, his head tilted forwards. Like I say, doesn't react to the shot. Just needs a bit of a conscious release.
Vina's opened the door a little bit here with that first 8.
10 to draw, there it is. We have a draw.
10점.
7 arrows to go from each archer. Nine.
9점.
So another
Nico with a chance to take the lead.
for the Indian.
And at 9, we still have a draw.
9점.
Well, all of a sudden,
With 6
things
shots
looking
remaining, with
slightly
2
different
ends to
here.
go.
Maybe anything in particular spot at that age?
Square one.
Vina with his first arrow.
And we'll go
Well,
back
he
to the
knew that
original
one was
shooting
going to
order.
go low. His reaction to that, definitely. It might have just been that he's aiming a little bit low, but he certainly knew that was the case as the arrow went off, because he tried to make a little adjustment with that front arm. So, yeah, just kind of not quite settled in, is he?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't look settled at the beginning, but he was still comfortably in the lead. And that 8 has changed the complexion of the match. And all of a sudden, Mohan Bardvaj, his World Cup debut, has a real chance of making the
Scores
final.
are confirmed. So now this becomes a 6-arrow shoot-off, as it were. Both archers are equally tied right now, and
world champion in everything there is, really. Field, 3D,
both of them want to shoot the gold medal match.
It's a tough competitor. Pressure's on.
Both of them are worthy
Yeah,
of
I
the
mean,
gold
there is
medal
that
match.
experience of winning.
It's going to come down to
so many
these final
times,
6
but,
arrows, 2 ends to go.
Perhaps there's a little bit of nothing to lose on the Indian side of the shooting line. All square. Vina of Austria starts end number 4 this bronze medal match.
9.
Oh, called confidently a 9 there.
Correction, it is a
I think
10.
that might get a measure, or it might even just get a 10.
And that is a 9.
Just see that backhand just rotating
10.
gradually through the shot.
आराम से विंड है, कंट्रोल करना, टाइम है।
9.
उधर ही ज़्यादा जहाँ हवा विंड की तरफ ले रहे हो ना, उधर ही ज़्यादा।
Just starting to pick up, getting a longer hold here from Vina.
9.
Into the line for a 1:13, very close to the 20 seconds being elapsed as well. Important shot here for Mohan Bardvaj of India. He gets it into the 10 for a 1-1-3. Now, 1-1-3 apiece provisionally, but the first arrow from Nico Vina of Austria is going to be subject to a measure from the target judge.
That you see on the board.
What do you think, Nicky? I mean, it was confidently called a 9 by the stadium announcer. I thought it was right on the line.
I think it was in. I think I heard him actually correct himself as well, later calling it a 10, so I'll be hugely surprised if we don't hear a 10-10-9.
Official scoring. Let's find out in just a moment.
So if that's the case, he will be back in the lead.
Without a shadow of a doubt, those replays on the inner side of that line.
Showing the pressure a little bit, Bardvaj here of India. Knows he's only got 3 arrows left to keep his chances of a gold medal alive.
Number 2, he'll shoot first. These are the last 3 shots.
And we do have it confirmed. The 9 has been marked up to a 10 for Vina. He is on a 1:14, leads by a single point. Mohan Bardvaj of India, trailing, will shoot first in the 5th and final end.
Ten points.
10점.
Nine.
9점.
We have a draw.
Well, now we have 4 hours to decide this, as they're all square.
10 points.
Now with the advantage, having shot a 10, pressure is on the big man from Austria.
9.
Has fallen behind for the first time in the match, giving Mohan Swarup Bardvaj a chance to put this out of reach. Can he get a perfect 30?
10 to win.
And he has indeed got the 30, and out of almost nowhere, a 143 is not gettable for Wiener. He finishes with a 27 in the final end, and just like that, this one's turned around, and I'm not sure Mohan Bajval thought that was going to happen, but just like that, when the opportunity came his way, he put the pressure on his Austrian opponent, shooting 3 10s in the final end to win semi-final number 2 in Gwangju and give himself a shot at a guaranteed place in the World Cup final. We're going for gold against Mikey Schlüsser a little bit later on. We just wait for confirmation of this one, but
and score is
nothing to
confirmed,
suggest that he's not going to get
both of
this.
these competitors.
As they walk off, it's Mohan Bajval of India, who is through semi-final number 1. Nico Wiener, having the lead almost all the way through, gave it away in the last end.
Yeah, the pressure just got to him, didn't it? I know it's a funny thing to say, but the first arrow, Nico was at full draw. He kind of blinked when the shot was about to go off, I think, and the concentration wasn't there, the nerves were there, but what a finish from Bajval with a perfect 30.
Well, super stuff. Mohan Bajval through to the gold medal match. He'll face Mike Schlüsser of the Netherlands. And you'll see Nico Wiener very shortly as he goes up against Steve Marsh of the USA for the bronze medal. Well, 2 more matches to go here on Compound Saturday. We're starting with the Compound men's individual bronze medal. The 2 losing semi-finalists, Steve Marsh of the USA and Nico Wiener of Austria, go up against each other for 3rd place on the podium. And then the big one, the final, Mike Schlüsser of the Netherlands against Mohan Bajval of India for gold. Schlüsser has already won in Antalya. Is he going to get back-to-back victories here in Gwangju?
Makes a great call. Is it the one that electrifies, that just steals our breath? The one that we as football has done? Or is it a goal that is far greater than that? A goal that humanity can only score together. Our united world for sustainability. When we rise as one team-centric, we can still win this game. Are you in?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the coaches and judges to the field of play for the compound men's bronze medal match. And now please welcome the athletes to the field of play for the compound men's bronze medal match.
Time now for the bronze medal match in the compound men's individual tournament.
Shooting on target number 1, representing the United States of America, this is Steve Marsh. Shooting on target number 2, representing Austria, champion of the world, Nico Wiener. Line judge for this match is Kay Choi. Once again, 5 ends of 3 errors.
So the losing semi-finalists haven't had much of a chance to recover. Steve Marsh of the USA goes up against Nico Wiener of Austria. Got to feel for the Austrian because he's just come off having lost his semi-final, having led all the way through against Bardwaj of India. Gave it away with a 27 in the final.
Steve Marsh of the United States of
Steve
America
Marsh,
shooting first on target number 1.
In the final 4, he's on target number 1, and the American is going to shoot first.
Good, strong shot. Trust it. Yep.
10.
Straight into the 10s. Notice that Wiener has also changed tops. Perhaps a change of fortune as well.
Good, strong
10.
He did well there, to be fair. It looked like the wind hit him. He stayed strong, kept with it.
Trust it.
8 points.
8점.
Nine.
9점.
Good, strong shot. Yep.
10, 9 liner. Looks like a 10. Looks like a 10.
Looks very much like a 10 for a 28 for Steve Marsh. 29 available for Wiener. It's the reaction when he releases the arrow.
10 points.
Perhaps betrays where the arrow is going to end. A 29 for him, not so bad, but looking pretty angry. A little smile nodding to someone in the crowd there, but
unofficial score has Nico
how
Wiener in the
annoyed
lead
would
by
he be
1
himself
point.
after
We've still got a dozen shots to go in this bronze medal final.
He led all the way through, Wiener.
Once the score has been ratified,
Yeah, he did. It was literally his to lose. That's gone. It's in the past, right? He's in the next match now. So if you keep your brain in the last match, probably go pretty similar. He's really got to pick himself up, get on with the match here. But look at those feather flags down the bottom of the range. They were really flapping away, and I think this is going to be another big deal in this match. Who can get lucky, who gets the lulls, and who can stay strong through it.
Finals, shooting for the bronze medal against the world champion. Not a bad weekend's work.
Range declared safe for shooting as Steve Marsh of the USA, trailing by a single point, will shoot first.
Good rhythm, good timing.
Yep.
10점.
Nine.
9점.
All square after the first arrows. The second end.
Yep.
10.
10점.
One more.
It's around the middle of the target.
Nine goes to Marsh, moves into the lead.
Pick your spot and trust it. Yep.
10, 10, 10 unofficial.
Well, that one's called a 10 in stadium. It's marked as a 9
That
for a
nine's gonna
measure.
get a
I
star,
think
but
that's
it
got more chance of
looks
being
like it could
marked
very well be in
as a 9 for Steve Marsh. Vina getting an opportunity perhaps to get back in, but it's a 27 for him. And a 56. Vina finds it fast.
So, unofficially,
for the first time in this match, much earlier than he did in the semi-finals. Now, Nicky, while they go away, we'll wait for this measure here, but whatever happens, we know that Marsh is going to be in the lead. The bows for both these athletes look dramatically different from each other, much more so than I was
looking at the potential.
In particular, we should be looking out for note.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously two different bow manufacturers, so shooting probably a more classic bow with longer limbs. I mean, the fashions years ago used to have much longer limbs in compound. They've got smaller and smaller over the years. It's also a shoot through, whereas Steve Marsh is shooting a bow which has a much longer riser and shorter limbs, and it's not a shoot through. So they do look quite different, and it's down to speed, stability, feel, lots of individual factors which archers have preferences over really and what shoots best for them.
You really get a good view of it there, those limbs, as you say. Much shorter on the, I think, from the USA's bow. Well, Marsh, the American, leading by a single point, 57 plays 56. So Nico Vina will shoot first in number 3.
There goes a 9.
Let's go, Steve. Good, strong shot.
Just not comfortable, and now all of a sudden it's coming out in where the arrows are landing.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that is the point really. I mean, he was shooting lots of 10s in the match before to begin with, but he didn't look happy, and that's the critical factor. You've got to be shooting shots that are good, that you have confidence in, and you're more likely to hit a 10. He hasn't really shown us that today.
9 points right on top of that first one.
Well, looking for a silver line, and the grouping is good for the Austrian. Problem is, Marsh is back in the middle of the target.
Just
9.
9.8, 9 o'clock. Good shot. Height is perfect.
$10 points.
So corrected for an 84 finish through the third end.
10 wins by 2.
Now look at
6 shots to go.
Just incredible. For an 86, and now that 1 point lead turns into a 2 point lead. Marsh looking the favourite here.
Yeah, it really is. He's looking comfortable, isn't he? He's the underdog here. There's nothing to lose. There's no expectations on him, really. His first season out here on the World Cup circuit. Finished 33rd in the first World Cup, but much better here.
Well, either the Americans are quieter or Nico's more popular. I can't tell quite yet. Just kidding. 86, 84
Well, we
in
can
favor of
take a
Steve
look
Marsh.
back at those shots
6
from
shots
Steve
to
Marsh.
go. Still anybody's bronze medal to take home.
Different looking bow from his opponent, but it's working for him at the moment. He leads by 2. We go into the fourth and penultimate end of this bronze medal match, and Nico Vina, the world champion, is struggling just a little bit.
No coach in the box there for him either.
Okay, good, strong.
10 points.
10점.
Pick your spot, trust it.
9.
9점.
Single point separation. 5 shots to go.
He's got quite an elaborate way of getting into his anchor point, but look at that nice rotation he's got off that backhand. It's very fine, but he just seems to keep increasing it. You know, the shot process from that point of view looks all right. It's just not quite fallen into place for him.
Ten will lead by 2. There it is. 10 points.
10점.
You got to 5 on that one.
4 shots to go in the match. Nico with a 10, X-ray.
10점.
Same game.
Chance to maintain the 2-point lead with a 10 here for Steve Marsh.
10, leading by 2.
He gets just
Marsh
that.
United States of America.
And this is a magic opportunity for the 26-year-old American, currently ranked 223rd in the world. He's going to climb the rankings just a little bit after this, isn't he?
Yeah, just a touch.
You see him here talking about his arm moving, perhaps being dragged across by the wind. I mean, the wind looks like it's cut down a little bit.
Yeah, it does look better now than it did, doesn't it? See him there just trying to, yeah, taekwondo it a little bit. I think that one looked like it just started to drop low, and he probably went to just pick it up a bit, and then the shot went off. That's pretty classic, just the way the pressures are through the shot.
Final end.
Well, Marsh in a commanding position here in this bronze medal match here in Gwangju. Second stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup. He's going up against the world champion, Nico Vina, who is not quite on his very best form. Vina, the Austrian, will shoot first in the 5th and final end.
Seeing a bit of movement again, that wind just playing a part.
Go same game.
10.
10점.
Pick your spot. Trust me.
Seems to be a bit of an element of bravery in Gwangju here, with being able to hold on just a little bit longer than perhaps you would want to.
2 shots to go. 2 points in favor of Mr. Marsh.
To settle down and waiting for your sight to be in the perfect place.
Ten.
10점.
Same game.
It can do.
Pick your spot and go.
Oh, big movement. I think he got hit by the wind there. See that t-shirt flapping away a little bit, but held on. Oh, amazing.
Did he hold on?
Final
Wow. That was a massive movement, wasn't it?
Really was. I think look at it lapping on the t-shirts. I really think there was a gust there that just pushed him away.
Well, like he's moving around all over the place, Vina. Final arrow so important. He clung on for as long as he dared.
8 points.
Gets away with a 141. He was very, very close to the buzzer as well. So a 7 for a first place on the podium.
10,
and he gets it into the 10 in tricky conditions. Steve Marsh finishes with a winning 30. He needed the very best at the end against the world champion, and he brought just that. Steve Marsh of the United States of America has got Gwangju bronze coming to him. Just a short while.
USA.
Look, Vina, we've seen him being a little uncomfortable in the semi-finals, leading though until the final end, and then struggling. Confirmation here that Steve Marsh, who played a blinder to be fair to him in his bronze medal match, is confirmed as the compound men's bronze medalist.
Well, we've got a gold medal match entertaining even
Yeah,
further
pretty
in
impressive,
just
isn't
a
it?
few
You know, you're only
moments.
dropping 5 points in that match in fairly gusty conditions at time. Such a newbie onto the circuit as well. Held his nerve under the pressure. Great shooting from him.
Oh, we take a look back over some of the shots, and like you say, he just handled the wind a lot better. That's for sure. But there was also this element of Vina just struggling with something in his process.
Yeah, it just didn't look right today. Nothing, you know, really noticeable. He looked like he was making the shots move and nothing erratic, but really wasn't happening for him today.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the coaches and judges to the field of play for our gold medal.
One more to go here in the compound men's individual gold. It is Mikey Schlosser, Mr. Perfect, three-time Hyundai Archery World Cup final winner, goes up against a newbie out here, Mohan Ranswarup Bhardwaj of India. Mike Schlosser has to be the favourite for this one. Had back-to-back victories after winning the first stage in Antalya. He's back in the final here and has been in electric form throughout the competition.
Shooting on target number 1.
Time to go down to meet the finalists. The last action here is the compound men's gold medal match on compound Saturday. An intriguing battle to come.
For the gold medal shooting on target number 1, this is Mike Schlosser, Netherlands. For the gold medal shooting on target number 2 for India, Mohan Ramsrup Bhardwaj. Our World Archery Line Judge, Christina Rittmeyer, as we're about to get underway.
Well, what a matchup we have. Mike Schlosser looked very, very relaxed coming out. But to be fair, Mohan Bhardwaj also looked fairly comfortable. There's no pressure, but all the pressure's got to be on Schlosser, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think it has, but we know he can deal with it as well. But the Indian, seriously, underdog here, nothing to lose. Can he do it? Can he beat Mike Schlosser?
I'm wondering whether Mike Schlosser's also thinking, hey, we're in Korea for the first time in 15 years. Better take my opportunity to win a tournament here. It is the Dutchman who'll get the gold medal match underway.
9 to start.
Yeah, it's unusual, isn't it? Usually he's spot on with those sort of predictions, if you like, of where he thinks it's going to land just a little bit low. Adjustment to his sight, but what a first arrow, Bhardwaj straight into the spider.
X-ray.
10점.
No, not there from Schlosser this time, but that one was in the 10. Late saying what a start from Bhardwaj.
There's a 9.
9점.
Yeah. 10, X-ray.
10점.
चेक हल्का विन है कोई दिक्कत नहीं
9 points.
9점.
So, just like that,
Mike Schlosser with a 1 point advantage.
sees
It will
Mike
be Mr. Bhardwaj who's going to be shooting first
by a single
when
point.
we resume after official
He got
scoring.
9 with his first arrow. I think it rendered both me and Nicky a little bit silent there. He's recovered and got himself back into this.
Yeah, he really thought it was a good shot, there's nothing wrong with it, so he made that adjustment to his sight, and he's straight in there.
We'll take a look back over the shots. This last one going into the 9 for Bhardwaj for a 28. He turns around, has a lot of communication with his coach. Also perhaps any other archer we've seen today.
Yeah, he was just kind of checking where did that arrow go, because his coach has got the scope behind him. You might get a quick glance as an archer of where arrow went on the big screen, but I want confirmation of that. What have I got to do to make it better?
Mohan Bhardwaj trailing by 1, will shoot first in end number 2. He's got to keep his cool. He's got to stay in touch with Mike Schlosser.
There is another X for Mr. Bahardwaj.
10점.
Boom, 10 points, X ring.
10점.
आराम से रेंज है कंट्रोल करो टाइम है मैं बताऊंगा
9 points.
Flutter a wind, but didn't look like it affected him. Obviously just popping that arrow high.
10, 10, 10, 10, 10 anyway, so far. Got
10점.
excited, sorry about that. There's a 10.
Now, 10 for 57, but Mike Schlosser has another opportunity. First one for his first perfect of the match, and it is indeed a perfect
10,
for a 59, so he's gained
Thanks for not
another
making me
point
look like a
lead
total
here.
idiot, Mike. Appreciate that.
1 point per end for Mike Schlosser into the lead, and now able to afford himself a little bit of banter with the stadium announcer as well.
Well, this is it, isn't it? Once Mikey Schlosser gets
India,
on
you're being too
that
quiet over
train
there.
of where he's headed into, if his opponent's not
Let's hear it,
pressing
come
him,
on.
he's gone.
Gold medal
So
final.
Barbard's really got to stay with him here.
And what does this mean if Mike Schlosser, the 4 World Cup final stages, guaranteed winners place in the Hyundai Archery World Cup final? He's already won in Antalya, so what happens if he wins here?
It means he's really greedy, doesn't it, really? It'll go down to world ranking points, I would believe, so
Oh, there's a big cat among the
it might
Aussies.
give other people opportunities in a funny way on world ranking instead.
So second place in this case may not be necessarily as bad as it might otherwise have been. Bardvaj trailing by 2, shoots first.
And number 3.
It's end number 3 of the men's compound gold medal match here in Gwangju.
9 points.
9점.
Consistent little pattern there, isn't it? That low left, he's got 3 arrow holes there now. Something not quite right, but consistent.
Yeah, consistency is what you look for, but not consistently wrong, especially against Mr. Perfect, who's gone and shot another 10.
10 points.
Medal for Bardvaj.
Funny little movement there. I don't think he thought that was quite there, just on the line.
Nine points.
Just to open things up again here. Big opportunity for Mike Schlosser to go 4 clear. Needs a 10.
10, 10, 10.
Gets a 10. The movement there again at the end of that one. Moving across his body in a particular spot.
It's just an innate response that what he last saw, it must have felt it was just on the edge and there's a movement to try and bring it in, but he was already there enough. Maybe just trying to be too accurate, Mr. Perfect.
Steve Wyatt acting as the agent for Mike Schlosser. Doesn't have to stretch his arms very much across that target, does he? It's all just in the middle.
That's how small it is. I mean, it's 50 metres, it's less than what the recurve shoot, but on a smaller target base, so 80 centimetre target base.
There's that last arrow and the little reaction there. Possibly trying to push that a fraction of a millimetre across the right, because you saw how accurate it was. But it leads by 4. We said this right at the beginning. Mohan Bardvaj of India needs to stay close, needs to stay in touch. He's allowed Schlosser to drift away. He's not been outside of 9s and 10s, but just too many 9s. Shoots first in end number 4.
10, dead center again.
10점.
That's the thing, he can hit the middle of the target. I think he's got closer to the spider than Schlosser has 3 times now.
And a 10.
10점.
Again, a micro steerage there. Oh, it might have hit the edge of the 10 ring, so just push it a little bit more.
10, X-ring.
10점.
10 points.
10점.
A little higher than perhaps he has done, but still inside the 10 ring. First chance at a perfect for Mohan Bardwaj.
And a 7 off the top.
Oh, what happened there? He's gone up into the 7.
It was commentators' curse, Karim. You shouldn't be saying these things.
10, 10, 10.
A perfect though for Schlüsser.
3 shots
For
to go.
119, he has absolutely run away with this. Nick, did you spot anything other than me saying that it's on for a perfect 10 and cursing him? Did you see anything in particular there with that Bardwaj?
No, I didn't really, to be fair. I mean, the most classic thing is just healing it slightly so that your hand in that front grip of the bow, just letting the pressure drop a little bit, and that can just push them up high. That's possible, you know, what happened there.
Yeah, curious, isn't it? Because I don't think even he knew it was going to happen until it did happen, and then he immediately told us what happened before we looked at where the arrow went. You can see that
7-point
little
advantage for Mike Schlüsser with 3 arrows to go.
twitch there of his lip. Oh, damn. It was a bit of a mistake, and then Mr. Perfect
Bardwaj of India is going to shoot
salt
first
into
on
the
target
wound
2.
by getting a
Final 3
perfect
arrows to
30.
regulation score.
His third consecutive one of the match. He leads by, well, a huge margin here, and I think this one is done and dusted. 119 plays 1-1-12. Mohan Bardwaj shooting here for pride, or looking for a big mistake from Mr. Perfect.
9 points.
9점.
10, Mike Schlüsser is plus 8.
10점.
10, X-ring.
10점.
10 points.
Shots are quick, there's lots of confidence here.
10 points.
Finishing
Really
with a
good final
29.
shot.
Bardwaj there on a 141. 149 available to Mike Schlüsser.
There it is
yeah,
again.
indeed. Dropping just 1 point with his very first arrow. Mike Schlüsser has taken the gold medal here at the second stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup here in Gwangju, Korea. It's a back-to-back start to the season, winning both in Antalya and in Gwangju. Mike Schlüsser
Silver medal winner.
retains the title of Mr. Perfect. He is right up there, but Mohan Bardwaj, what a tournament for him. He's picked up the silver medal, but the man of the moment, he has been the man of the moment for quite a few seasons now, is Mike Schlüsser of the Netherlands. Well, it's great to see that. Mohan Bardwaj clearly very happy to be there. It's a great silver medal for him. What a challenge to go up against Mike Schlüsser. But in the end, you called it. He didn't stay close enough to it, and Schlüsser just ran away with it.
He's just incredible. You know, there's a statistic about 5% of people do 95% of the winning, but he's like 1% of the person who does 99.9% of the winning at the moment. Unstoppable.
Well, here we look at back over his shots. The control, the consistency. There was a little bit of Bo Kondo in there.
Yeah, there was, but again, that's just down to his fine control. I mean, they were going to be wide 10s, and he made them X's.
Yeah, just incredible performance from him. Mr. Perfect is Mr. Consistent. He is back on top of the podium. Let's hear what he has to say about the win here in Gwangju.
Mike Schlesser, what a fantastic start of the year. How does it feel? Second win this season, amazing.
Yeah, this one feels even more special than the first one. With the conditions we had here today, I felt like I really mastered my shooting and conditions.
You looked really comfortable, and it looked like comfortable win, 149, perfect shooting, almost perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I felt like really comfortable. The win in my gold medal match was a bit better in the semifinals, and I could control a bit better, and I felt like really comfortable in it.
Earlier during the week you said you weren't fully confident, things didn't work for you, but it seemed that everything worked perfectly today.
Yeah, like I felt like I worked hard on it. I worked on my shot process, and my guessing of the wind here is really different than at home. So I worked hard on it, went to the practice range a couple of times, and that really showed off.
You can't have 2 tickets for the Hyundai Archery World Cup final, but you will probably go, for sure you will go there as a top contender.
I hope so. Like I'm feeling good, I'm shooting good, so I'm looking forward to that one already.
Thank you very much. Once again, huge congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, he can't have 2 spots at the Hyundai Archery World Cup final. That's well pointed out by the interviewer there. But he's just a machine. He said he went away after Antalya and worked on it. I mean, what did he have to work on?
Yeah, just that little fine control. And he's just incredible. He's a machine, that man.
Sure he is. Well, we have one more bit of action to go here on Compound Saturday, and that is a small matter of the medal ceremonies coming up very shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, victory ceremony for the compound men.
Well, medal ceremonies time for the compound men's individual. Nikki, we're running a tiny bit over time, so I'm going to ask you right now your highlight from the individual tournament here in Gwangju.
I think it has to be Mike Schlosser. I was just looking through the last few World Cups and how many he's medalled at every single stage almost. It's just unprecedented, really. He is so good.
Good call. I'm going to put Kim Lee up there as well, winning in Korea for the first time. The World Cup's been held here in 15 years. But let's go down to the victory ceremonies. A debut podium here for the USA, Steve Marsh picking up the bronze medal.
Silver medal winner, representing India, Mohan Ramswarup Bharadwaj.
Well, it's been a tremendous performance from Mohan Bharadwaj of India. To get himself into the final 4 was something special. To come from behind in the semi-finals in the last 3 arrows was something special. But in the end, just wasn't at the races in the final. But he's picked up a silver medal. Look how he's proudly getting that on. And I think he's going to be smiling like that for quite a few days. But Mr. Perfect has done it again. He won in Antalya. He's come to the second stage of the Hyundai Archery World Cup circuit here in Gwangju in Korea. And he's done it again, back on top of the podium. The second win means he releases a place for ranking qualification for the Hyundai Archery World Cup final at the end of the season. He'd already booked his place with the win in Antalya. But what a win for him. It'll be a special one, the first one he would have had in Korea. And yet again, in the compound men's individual category, we're going to hear the national anthem of the Netherlands.
Congratulations to our medalists, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, there they are, the medalists in the compound men's. Mike Schlosser top of the pile again from the biggest smile here in Gwangju. Mohan Bardwaj, Steve Marsh of the USA collecting the bronze medal. Just like that, compound Saturday is done. Here are the final rankings for the men's competition. Schlosser with a back-to-back win here in Gwangju from Bardwaj and Marsh. World champion Nico Wiener of Austria, fourth place in a bag full of ranking points.
The action will continue tomorrow as recurve athletes will take the stage here at the Gwangju Women's University. Team competition will begin at 10 a.m.
Well, the athletes parade out.
At 1400. Thank you.
What a tremendous day of archery we've had in Korea. The first time a World Cup has been held here for 15 years. We'll take a look back across the replays here, Nikki.
Yeah, really in form, Mike Schlosser. No breaking him today, just dropping that first point on the first arrow, which was really just a sight mark. He looked confident in that, just moved his sight and followed up with 14 perfect shots.
Yeah, brilliant performance from Mikey Schlosser. 2 wins from the 2 circuit tournaments, first in Antalya, then here in Gwangju. And Bardwaj with the silver medal and the biggest smile in Korea today. Steve Marsh, the USA, completing the podium in the bronze medal position. Well, that's it from Compound Saturday. We begin our live coverage of Recurve Sunday at 3 a.m. Central European Time. Thanks for being with us today. We hope to see you tomorrow.